and all the years you've raced and all the different conditions you've been in, you guys are running 6,000 RPMs the first session, couldn't touch the throttle. Was that as tricky as conditions and as tricky to figure out as you've ever driven on?
No, actually, for me, it was more straightforward in the wet because you just have to find your line, and it was more of finding the right place to be at the racetrack than anything else. And I was very comfortable. I had a pretty good idea where I needed to be and what I needed to do, and it was working, and we were fast. And P1, P2, it was like, okay, I got this. And then it started to dry, and I could see it was not drying where we were. It was drying where the dry line was with the patches and the sealer and all this, and I was like, oh boy, now it's gonna be a really tough one because you have to make the transition in every different corner at different moments. And on the last lap, I just said, we'll see what happens. And we're not on we're not on pole for the moment, and we'll see what happens. And it worked out, and couldn't be any happier for these mixed guys.
Kid, is it trickier when the rain tires are going away just to hang on?
Well, not to hang on, but not to make a mistake, not to slide it wide or, just get a big moment where, you get very slow, because everything starts to slow down in the car when the car is moving around on the rubber, and the tires were getting really hot and moving around. And so you just had to throw the car, slide it. It was more of a drifting contest than anything else at the end.
It's still kind of cool to think, though, that this is a series where you get a good driver, a good engineer, and a good crew. You can win races, win poles, and be competitive. I don't think there's another series like that in the world right now.
No, and you see the density. I think this morning we were looking at it. It was like 14 cars in 2/10 if you were taking the top 3 out of the equation and whatever was at the back. So it doesn't get any more competitive than that. And I'm kind of happy now that it actually rained, because I'm not sure we would have been on pole if it had been dry. So we'll see what happens tomorrow weather-wise and where we end up in the race trim. But we seem to be very consistent in lap time. We didn't quite have it on new tires. So maybe it's for the best. We'll see.
Sebastien Bourdais wins the second pole in the last 3 races. He won a race in Toronto. He's probably going to be the guy to beat here tomorrow.